What's up, family? Welcome back. Today we are in Genesis chapter 10, and the title of that text is The Descendants, Part 2, starting in verse 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood. Verse 1. The generations of the sons of Noah is the fourth of 11 Toledeth sections in Genesis. The purpose of this section is twofold: to show that Noah's sons fulfilled the command to be fruitful and multiply and spread out over the earth, and to distinguish the unchosen lines of Noah's descents. The Japhethites and the Hamites were from the line that would be both the recipients and the agents of God's special blessings to the rest of humanity, the Shemites. In Genesis chapter 10, verse 1 through 32 lists a total of 70 descendants in the family line of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. This is labeled a list of clans, tongues, nations, and lands. Thus, some of the names refer to regions where the person's descendants settled. Some refer to people groups. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer: Eshkenaz, and Rephath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan: Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. Verse 2 through 5. 14 of Japheth's descendants are listed here. Peoples of the coast and islands refer to people living in areas reachable by ship, especially in the Mediterranean basin. The fact that everyone had its own tongue suggests that this listing refers to the situation after the Tower of Babel, an event of chapter 11, verse 1 through 9. And the sons of Ham: Cush, Mizraim, Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush: Seba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Ramah, and Sabteka. And the sons of Ramah: Sheba, and Dedan. Verse 6 through 7. 30 descendants of Ham are included in this list. The geographic or ethnic identification of most of the names have been lost in history, but they are associated with regions in Africa and Arabia. Mizraim is the Hebrew word for Egypt. Havilah probably refers to a different geographic region than the Havilah in chapter 2, verse 11. Two different persons by the name of Sheba are listed in Genesis genealogies. Dedan is also found in chapter 25, verse 3. It is best to understand each of these as different persons and the founders of different people groups. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah. And Rezin between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. Verse 8 through 12. Nimrod began to be a mighty one in the earth. That is, he was successful as an aggressive empire builder. Nimrod's origins are from Cush, that is Africa. His empire was Asian, stretching across from Tigris-Euphrates River basin. The order of place names suggests that Nimrod's empire expanded from south to north and included Babel and Nineveh, the capital cities of two of Israel's most formidable future enemies. Shinar corresponds to the ancient regions of Sumer and Akkad, Erech to ancient Uruk, Calah to Nimrod, Rehoboth may be ancient Ashur. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lahabim, and Nephtuhim, and Pathrusim, and Kalsuhim, out of whom came Philistim, and Caphtorim. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboam, even unto Lasha. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Verse 15 through 20. The most complex portion of the Hamite list is the Canaan branch, with 11 named descendants or people groups. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder, even to him were children born. Verse 21. The phrase the brother of Japheth the elder is difficult in Hebrew. Several other versions understand it to refer to Shem as Japheth's older brother. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, Gether, and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his day was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Verse 25. A wordplay exists between the name Peleg and divided. Exactly what is meant by the earth was divided is uncertain. It may be a reference to the Tower of Babel in chapter 11, verse 9, a devastating earthquake, a large Mesopotamian canal project, or political division. And Joktan begat Almadad, and Sheleph, and Hazar Maveth, and Jerah, and Hadoram, and Azol, and Dikla, and Obo, and Mael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from Mesha, or Misha, as thou goest unto Sephar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. Verse 21 through 31. The genealogy of Shem, portions of which will be repeated in chapter 11, verse 10 through 17, represents the chosen line of Noah's descendants. From Shem's line will come Abraham, the Israelites, and ultimately Jesus. This presentation includes the unchosen branches of Shem's lineage, especially that of Joktan with his 13 sons. The mention of all the children of Eber brings attention to the point in Shem's line where the chosen branch splits from the rest of the family. The word Hebrew is often understood to be derived from Eber's name. Names in the Shemite genealogy that scholars have linked to various people groups or locations include Elam, modern southwest Iran, Ashur along with Tigris River in Iraq, Aram, eastern Iraq near the Iranian border, Uz, the Arabian Peninsula or Edom, and Mas, Central Asia Minor. All of the 13 sons of Joktan that can be confidently connected to a location are associated with locations in the Arabian Peninsula. The name Ophir may not be connected with the Ophir mentioned elsewhere in scripture in 1 Kings 9, verse 28. Since the latter names appear to be a distant location, possibly in Africa or India, Joktan's Havilah should not be equated with Cush's Havilah, though the two share the same name. These are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations and their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood.